All right, we're back with NFL Week 10. So coming out of Week 9, uh, 10-4 last week. Derek's 10-4, Wes is 9-5. So pretty good week, but a couple surprise games in there. So our looking at our overall win percentage, I kind of talked about that last week. We've been climbing and climbing every week, which is good. We just want to get close to that 70%. I think we're 67, 65%. So week 10, week 11, week 12, these are the weeks that hopefully we continue to make a positive movement. This week doesn't look a lot different than last week, but we thought that, and then we had a bunch of upsets. So let's see what we got here. Starting off Thursday night football. There's the Raiders at Denver. I know
Uh,
you guys love Denver. Now
uh,
you're going into Denver. So how's this game go? The Denver is 9.5 favorite at home. Derek, what do you got?
I got the Broncos winning, but I don't think they're going to cover 9.5. I'm still not impressed with Denver. I think Bo Nix has taken a step back, but they're better than the Raiders, so I got to take the Broncos.
If the Broncos come out in all orange with orange helmets, then I'm taking the Raiders. But yeah, I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to take the Raiders here. 7-2 Broncos. Couple tough losses early in the season. They haven't played a particularly tough schedule as of late, but they keep winning games. So definitely taking the Broncos here. They might cover this. It really depends on Gino. If Gino gets, because they're going to put pressure on him. I think Broncos are leading the league in sacks. And so Gino has to get rid of the ball. Otherwise, it could go downhill for them quickly.
Well, and Surtain is out, so they don't have to worry about him.
Yeah. I just that pressure that's going to come. And Gino has been pretty questionable all year. So I could see it going really downhill badly for the Raiders in this game.
No, what would help against the pass rush is they run the ball.
Run the ball. Run the ball. All right, so all of us going Broncos there Thursday night, and then you go start off going to Berlin in the morning. Atlanta at the Colts. Well, I guess not at, but Atlanta and the Colts in Germany. Colts are 6.5 favorite. West, what do you got here?
Two indoor teams playing each other who struggled last week with outdoor. Even the Falcons got over. Um, I'm taking the Colts though.
Yeah, you gotta hope or think that this is a bounce back game for the Colts. Atlanta's been inconsistent all year. Colts are riding high. They got, the trade. You just coming off of a really horrible turnover game. You got to use Jonathan Taylor. I think he has a big game. So he's over 100 yards, 1 to 2 touchdowns. I think the Colts win this easily.
Yeah, Wes might not need to worry about Drake London this week with sauce on him now. So yeah, I got the Colts because I can't trust the Falcons. It's the theme of the year. Can't trust the
That's been
Falcons. Can't trust the Falcons. Can't trust the Cardinals. Can't trust the Cowboys.
so. This might be when the you can't trust them to lose.
You never know what you're going to get with the Falcons.
Well, and it's
But,
in Germany. I
and
mean, there's
it's
another thing.
outdoor in Germany.
But
That's his
if it,
theory.
but if they're outdoor and they come out in their old school 1968 red Falcon helmets when they used to play outdoors, you never know.
Well, the Colts can be susceptible to Bijan because they're not horrible on defense, they're not great on defense, And Bijan, if they get him out, in the flats and they throw him the ball as well as run the ball a lot, that's a little dangerous for Indianapolis. They really just need to control the ball, and they'll win this game pretty easily.
The Colts.
Okay, so we messed up completely here. It's indoors.
Oh, it
Oh.
is. I was just about to say the German will wet down the field for the Colts to slow down Bijan.
So it's an indoor game. So
Never
it's a
mind.
theory that it might be the
Okay,
Falcons this
geez.
week.
I'm still taking the Colts.
All right. Well, we're all on the Colts. Well, okay, this is good for me. To start this one off, we got New York Giants at Chicago Bears. Bears 4.5 at home. This obviously, watching last week's game, can go a lot of different ways, but either way, I think Chicago is in the game to win the game. They're at home, so I have to take them. And 4.5, I mean, that's like that they could do that 40, in a quarter, these teams. So there's no defense anywhere. But I'm going to take the Bears at home 4.5 to beat the Giants. Giants are obviously banged up in a lot of areas. Chicago should win this game.
Yeah, I'm getting on the Bears bandwagon in this game too. I just think that after persevering and beating them, they could have folded against the Bengals, but they came back and won. So this needs to be a Caleb 300 game, though. To get him back close to 4,000, he needs a 300 game.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Bears.
Stay the course, Caleb.
Yeah, taking the Bears.
Well, maybe they won't make me sad this week and keep the winning streak going for me just for a few more games. I know it's not gonna last all year, but just give me these next few. All right, Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo's an 8.5 point favorite. What do you got, Derek?
I don't have any reason why I would take the Dolphins here, so I'm just taking the Bills. There's no hope for the Dolphins.
Unless they're playing the Falcons. All right, Wes, can your Dolphins pull out an upset here or what?
AccuWeather says that it will be 87 degrees at game time with chance of thunder showers, which means the Bills are still going to win by 20.
They might get a delay though. It'll be a delayed 20 when the thunderstorms come in. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see how Miami can win. I mean, obviously, any given Sunday, right? We've learned that over in the years, but Buffalo, they got to keep up with New England, so they have to come out and really make sure that they don't have a hiccup. And I think that they'll jump on the Dolphins early. I think 8's an easy cover for them. All right, Wes. Next game, you got Baltimore at Minnesota. So Minnesota coming off a big win. They're at home this time. Can they? What are they gonna do against Baltimore there, Wes?
I think this could potentially be a higher scoring game. Um, the overs 48.5. I think the Ravens will win, but I think it might be a shootout. Taking the Ravens to go over too.
Yeah, that over is interesting. I think they'll probably cover that. The Ravens might cover that.
Yeah.
The Ravens, it's a must win for the Ravens. I can't see the Ravens, even though they're on the road. It's good, right? Because it's still a dome game. You got Lamar back. He's just going to keep playing better. I mean, just watched him last week. I guess they were playing the Dolphins, so not a lot to say there. But he didn't look hindered at all. He just looked like Lamar. They have to get Derrick Henry more involved if they want to keep like a run going later into the season. But at this point, Lamar is going to handle this game. I think he's got to get away from that tricky defense that Brian Flores likes to run, you know. So if Lamar can handle that and not get sacked a bunch, then this should be a pretty easy win for Baltimore. So I'll take Baltimore to cover that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know still about how good or if good JJ McCarthy is. So you got to take the Ravens here.
This is a big test for JJ here because you know you're coming off that big Detroit win. The you're actually not that far out of the division. You're 4-4. You got 5-3 Bears, 5-3 Detroit, 5-2-1 Green Bay. You're right there. So this is a test for Minnesota. This is what you see what JJ's actually made of in this game. All right, let's see. Cleveland at the Jets, game of the week. I mean, Jets, they'll probably win now, but I just don't see how you can pick them. It's only a 2.5 point spread for Cleveland. And the Jets basically just said we don't want to win anymore. So Cleveland, this is the obvious pick. I'm taking Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, we look at it now. Before you're like, oh man, the Browns Jets, that's going to be a defensive battle with no offense at all. But now, what do the Jets have on defense? Like their two best defensive players. You still have Jermaine Johnson there, but you got to take the Browns. I think Judkins is going to be back healthy, so I'm going to take the Browns here.
No, this is the stat of the week right here. Okay. We just talked about the Bills and Dolphins. Tickets are as low as $116. That's kind of low. Vikings, 130. The Jets, $41 to go to a game. Dude, you can't even go to McDonald's for $41. Like, dude, are you kidding me? I gotta take the. You know what? I gotta take the Browns, but Justin Fields hasn't thrown an interception this year. Isn't that weird?
Well, because he's just running around in circles.
He's got 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he can make the Pro Bowl. He could make the flag football Pro Bowl because no one's going to want to play. Maybe he just might go.
Man, what a game. I mean, we'll see, but I think
Hunt,
that's going to be ugly.
Huntley will make it before Fields just for his one game with the Ravens.
Let's see. New England at Tampa. This is a really hard game because you're at home for Tampa. New England's obviously playing really well. Tampa's a little banged up, and you're running a 7-2 and a 6-2 team here.
I'm taking the Bucks. I think the Patriots are still not there yet, and they're overachieving, which Vrabel does. Vrabel gets teams to overachieve. The Bucks are coming off a bye. I think they're getting a little healthier. So I'm taking the Bucks here.
At home, it's because when you remember, we always say if it's 3 points, right, you go the home team.
All right, so it's a pick 'em.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Who you got, Wes?
I agree. I think this is where Todd Bowles kind of says, you know what, we're gonna make you check down Charlie. Where you're gonna, I think they're gonna muck it up enough. Bucks are kind of banged up, but I think they win kind of an ugly game. I 48.5. I don't think that's happening. I think it will be a lower scoring game. Taking the
Yeah,
Bucks.
They might not
And
even hit 18.
it's the first bowl game of the year, the Brady Bowl.
Yeah.
It's the Brady Bowl.
It's the Brady Bowl.
Start making shirts right now, Steve.
Man,
Or it could be the Gronk Bowl. Didn't
The
it
Gronk
could
play?
be.
Gronk Bowl, yeah. I like. Oh, yeah.
I like the Brady Bowl better, but
Yeah.
this is yeah. Tampa is definitely banged up, and so I think that's what makes this a tougher game. It really, for me, if Bucky Irvin plays and he can do it at 100%, that's going to be the difference in the game. So at this point, I'm going to go based on Bucky playing, and I'm going to take Tampa as well. And they should cover 2.5, just because that's a low cover. And then New Orleans at Carolina. Carolina's on a roll, beating Packers 5-4. How about those Panthers? What do you got, Wes?
Oh, this is simple. The Saints have no motivation to win another game this season, um, unless they really, really, really want Arch, and they could just play the rest of the year. But I can't see the Saints, you know, winning this game. The Panthers are 5-4, and they're playing good. And Daddle's got 735 yards. You know, he's playing good. So yeah, I'm taking Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina's going to run the ball a lot. They're going to control the game. They may not beat them by a bunch. The Saints they obviously have a quarterback problem, and then you just you get rid of Shaheed. Kamara's not doing much at all. Carolina at home with only 5.5. I'm definitely taking Carolina in a cover there.
Yeah, I think this is the game I'm going to pick for my knockout, or I'm taking Carolina to beat the Saints. And I'm confident that they'll
Wow,
continue my streak.
that's confidence because you're going with Carolina.
Well, because you lose if you use a team, you can't reuse them.
Right.
So this week it's kind of slim pickings on the games that I want to pick. It's kind of hard. But this one I feel it's Saints.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go with Carolina here. All right, Jacksonville at Houston. This game, it looked more interesting until they, no CJ Stroud. Although Jacksonville has not been super consistent, I think the Texans are just struggling right now to score the ball. Jacksonville's defense is playing okay. They're 5-3. They haven't played great in the last 3 games, but I think they'll have enough to go in here and beat the Texans. So I think it's Davis Mills starting for the Texans. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna stick with the away team here. Jacksonville, they're actually a favorite on the road, 1.5. And it might be just 1.5. It just might be a game of field goals. So
Yeah.
taking Jacksonville.
Yeah, you got to take Jacksonville. Kobe Myers might have a big game here. Um, but yeah, without Stroud, I don't. Although David, I mean, they stayed in it with the Broncos, but I'm gonna go with the Jags. They're coming on, little breaking the field goal record. They're coming off a high of winning in overtime, so I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah, Wes.
Yeah, it's DJ Mills. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? I'm taking the Jags. My prediction is for the week is Brian Thomas Jr. Gets to 2 touchdowns for the year, and helps me a little bit with my fantasy week here. because he's on my team and is doing nothing for me.
Is that wishful thinking?
I mean, come on. I mean, he's got it. I mean, we're halfway through the year. I mean, he's on pace for 2 touchdowns for the whole season. So he's got to score, start scoring.
Yeah. He's
Get
definitely not had the best year
yeah.
coming off of a pretty good rookie season.
Right, and he's got an ankle injury, so we don't even know if he's going to play.
Yeah, not 100% to play yet.
Wrap it
But
up. Wrap it up. Come on.
Get that
Get
shot.
out there. Earn it.
yeah.
Get the shoe. Get that shoe. Oh, God.
So that's a tough game for both of those teams. So we're still on Jacksonville though. Arizona at Seattle. I mean, not that Kyler Murray was really helping him much, but he's going on IR. And Seattle just got a little better. What do you got, Derek?
Yeah. Well, they're saying now like it's a quarterback controversy because they're saying Jacoby Brissett knows how to throw to Marvin Harrison Jr. But you can't. I got to take Seattle at home. I mean, Sam Darnold's looking really good now. They got Shaheed to go with that offense, so I'm going to take Seattle.
Yeah, at home. What else
Great.
we got?
I'm going to lose my Spurs bet. Come on, guys. Um, I'm taking the Seahawks and to cover 6.5. They should cover. I don't trust the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Cowboys game and you say, "Oh, look, they did okay, but it's still the Cowboys." And you gotta this will kind of say, what their if their offense can do something against a real defense. And so it's a good test for Jacoby Brissett in that sense. But I don't think they're going to go into Seattle and win this game. So I'm definitely taking Seattle here, and I think they'll definitely cover as well.
And did you guys see what Marvin Harrison did to Deron Bland in the end
Oh
zone?
man.
No. Oh, we didn't talk about that. What kind of defense are they running? Like you're leaving him on an island. They're running like a zero coverage. What was this? The safety was just standing there, and he just does an end, and there's no way he's covering Marvin Harrison Jr. on that. It's just
Well, and when he falls over, it's even worse. I mean, it's like getting your ankles broken in playing basketball. You just don't even you just walk off the field at that point.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
even like he even tried to catch himself as he fell.
No, he knew
Well,
it
I
was
mean,
over.
yeah, it was pretty hideous.
Let's see, Rams going into San Francisco here, 4.5 favorite. What are you thinking on this one here, Wes?
Whoa, 76 degrees in Santa Clara. Oh my God, there's a place to be. Didn't think it'd be that warm. Um, I don't know. It's a tough one. Is Purdy starting? Do we know if Purdy is or Mac Jones?
Well, I don't see a definite on Purdy yet.
I didn't even see anything. Um,
Well, he's still questionable.
He
He's
was
limited on
limited.
practice today, but he's got the toe issue. You know how that goes.
oh yeah, no, and no, I'm gonna take the Rams. Man, Stafford, 21 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. So I mean, God, and everyone's worried about his back. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I thought about taking the 49ers here, and then I just, the Rams are just looking a little better overall, a little more balanced to their team. I guess it does for me. Puka makes them a different team, so you definitely need to have a healthy Puka Nacua, but he's the kind of guy that plays when he's injured, so you never know. He'll probably play anyway. And so at that point, yeah, I'm sticking with the Rams here on the road.
Yeah, that Sean McVay told reporters today that Puka's going to play. So there's that. I'm taking the Rams too. The 49ers just have still way too many injuries. It's going to catch up to them at some point.
But it's a big game for them. And it's CMC can definitely get going, and you got Kittle back. So that I think that'll be an interesting game. See how that one goes. All right, Detroit at Washington. We talked about Washington earlier.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think Jaden Daniels is playing. may never play again.
I don't think he's coming back.
Oh, that's this poor guy. But even, I mean, it doesn't even matter. You're at home here because can you really match up with the Lions? It's an 8.5 point spread. I don't even think it's going to be close at all. I think the Lions will win by 21. So I'm definitely taking the Lions here to cover.
well, twofold. The Lions are probably mad because they lost last week to the Vikings, which is they should have won. And, they lost to the Commanders in the playoffs when everyone thought that the Lions were going to go to the Super Bowl. So they're going to put a big time hurting on the Commanders. So, yeah, I got the Lions here.
Yeah, big. They're gonna turn the Commanders and the Commodores. 49.5. I'd say Detroit scores 40 of those.
Or all of them.
Or all of them.
Now, this will probably be the upset of the week, right? We're sitting there hammering on the Commanders. Detroit's going to come out and lose.
Probably.
But I think I think that's probably your game of the lock of the week there for me. Pittsburgh at the Chargers. This becomes more interesting because it's only a 2.5 point favorite. The Chargers at home. Pittsburgh coming off a big win against Indy. They're 5-3. They need to try to stay ahead in this division with Baltimore surging. What do you think, Derek?
I'm looking at everything that we picked, and we haven't had a swing game here. So I'm getting bored with this. So I'm taking the Steelers here. The Chargers don't look that good. They don't look as good as they should. They don't have Alt or Slater now. So both tackles are out for the season. So Highsmith and Watt are going to have a field day. So I'm going with the upset. I'm taking the Steelers to beat the Chargers.
Nice. And it's not a huge upset either, right? We're talking about a pretty low spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I agree with Derek. I mean, Justin Herbert has the most interceptions in the NFL. He had 8.
More than Gino?
Well, same thing. I don't know.
Gino doesn't count.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Gino. Oh yeah, Gino does. But okay, he's second. So, but I just Chargers sometimes. I mean, they don't look very good against the Titans for a lot of that game, and Herbert was inaccurate. And the Steelers defense looks like, they're, they can get after it. I think it's going to be an ugly game. It's 44.5. I don't think it gets there. I don't think, they cover that. But I'm taking the Steelers.
Well, I'm gonna keep it as a swing game since Derek called it. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I don't know if they'll go over 44. They'll cover the 3, but that over is pretty tough. Um, the Chargers will find a way to win this game through a mix of running the ball and throwing the ball. I think Herbert throws for 300 here. And so I'm going to take the Chargers. So we definitely have a swing game. All right, well, let's wrap up Monday night here. Week 10, Philadelphia at Green Bay, last game of the week. Green Bay, 2.5 point favorite here at home. This might be the hardest pick of the week. Wes, you lead us off.
As I was lamenting over Mr. Jordan Love earlier, his stats aren't as terrible as, you know, on paper, he's 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's just when he throws an interception, it's like he threw like 10 interceptions in that one interception because it's so ugly sometimes. But saying that, they're playing at home, temperature 30 degrees predicted for the game. That tells me you're going to get a heavy dose of Mr. Saquon Barkley. And I think he's going to break some off. I think you're going to see the tush push. Of course, it's cold. Who wants to tackle hurts when it's cold. But I think the Packers put up a fight. At the end of the day, the Eagles win.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Packers are limbo and Lambo right now. So you don't really, they're not as confident as they were at the beginning of the season, that's for sure. And then losing Kraft is really hard for them because they're going to have to change their identity a little bit. And I don't think Philadelphia is the best team to do that against because you're going to have to play some great defense. And I'm also on that Saquon Barkley train that he doesn't mind the cold. He's thrived last year in all the cold games. And I do expect a big game out of Saquon here. So Philadelphia is an underdog. I'll take them.
Yep, I thought I was going to get another one, but no, I'm taking the Eagles here also. They Howie Roseman did it again. Got Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins. Um, Brandon Graham came out of retirement, so they just added two pass rushers to their line. So yeah, I'm taking the Eagles to win. Plus, they're coming off a bye, so
Yeah, nice and rested. The Packers, you got to think that though they might come to play because of last week's poor game, so you got to get Jacobs involved, especially in a cold game like this. It should be a battle of Saquon against Brandon or Josh Jacobs. And if Josh Jacobs truly is a little banged up, I think Saquon's the winner of that. All right, so there's our week 10 picks. Not a lot of swing games again. I know we kind of threw a couple out there, but are there any games that we could give up just as we wrap up as, hey, watch out for this game. We may have picked it the other way, but what's your a game or two that you guys think that could go a different way?
well, I hate to say it, but weirdly enough, the Giants are primed for an upset of the Bears because of the way the Bears defense is playing against the Bengals. You never know. Jackson Dart might get off, and the Giants do have a very strong defensive line who could get after the quarterback, which is something that is bad for Caleb Williams. So if I'm looking at something that might be, I can see the Giants upsetting the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super confident this week. I mean, I guess I'm never confident though any week with the Bears, but I can see that as well. Um, I'm saying New England and Tampa Bay game. That's one where I know I'm picking Tampa Bay, but New England could easily win this game. There's just it could come down to Drake May, you know, having a good game with his feet, and that might be tough for Tampa. So if I'm prop betting him, I would say maybe Drake May runs for 30, 40 yards, but New England could win that game.
Well, mine's not as exciting, and there's no playoff implications. Basically, there's first pick implications in this game. I think the Jets could beat the Browns because initially I picked the Browns, so that's
The
probably win now.
Jets will probably win now. And
But but
everybody's looking at that.
I think Brees Hall, he's healthy. I mean, I guess that's one positive for the Jets. I mean, he could get you another two or three picks. I mean, yeah, but that could happen. I don't know. Probably won't.
Yeah, but neither of those teams look great, so who knows, right? Yeah, I mean, look at those, and then obviously you guys pick Pittsburgh. I picked the Chargers. Chargers have not been playing great, so that's definitely a game that might go either way. And then there's the Berlin game, right? I know Indy like feels like a big favorite, but weird things happen in overseas games. We've seen that a lot over the years since they've been doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is true. When anywhere you go overseas, you don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So those are games that I mean, I agree with the ones you guys said as well. That's another game I might throw in there. So watch out for some of those games. But overall, this should be a good, strong week. So we got some good picks. See if we can up that winning percentage. All right. So we'll wrap it up there with our week 10 picks. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.